post got deleted by Twitter, but it reveals the secrets to how to get ranked and indexed by ChatGPT, Gemini, and every other AI engine. Nobody else is talking about this. So this is going to be the biggest term of 2026, and that's EEAT. Basically what that means is it's Google's way of ranking content. Now, why is that so important? Because in the next year and a half, we're about to see an explosion of content like we've never seen before. And that's because AI has made it easier for people to generate a massive amount of videos, a massive amount of articles, long form, short form, blog posts, Twitter, and all of these AI engines have to figure out a way of how can we rank that content that is flooding and overwhelming our engines. So they're going to rely on something that Google has created before called EEAT. So basically what EEAT is a means of Google identifying who has experience, who has expertise, who has authority, and who has trust. And there's a few different ways in which you can basically game the algorithms to show that in a short amount of time that you are that person who has a high EEAT score. And I'm going to walk through 3 ways in which you can do that with AI-driven content. So the post that you saw, the original poster pointed out that he had done hundreds of posts of content, but they kept getting de-indexed, they kept getting labeled as irrelevant by Google and the AI engines because they didn't have this formula of EEAT down. And he found that only 23 of those articles of the 200 really actually got indexed by Google. The first thing you're going to want to do is always to include disclaimer language in your writing. And what I mean by that is you want to couch your language of being results may vary, studies show inconclusively but strongly, stuff like that. Google looks at content that basically makes declarative statements without any type of refrain as being likely spam, that the person is trying to sell a customer and is not actually proving anything of authority. Think of how scientists talk. Do they ever just kind of a statement as 100%, or do they couch it in our study shows it could be this, etc.? That's how Google is looking at content. The next thing is, are you sourcing unique research? Are you pulling in academic research and making connections that the engine hasn't been able to make yet? So one of the things that we do with our clients is we look at kind of cutting edge research from people like Dr. Huberman or other scientists who are making YouTube videos, which is harder to index, and we pull that into referencing it and making connections with products that we're selling. So Google is seeing unique connections from established sources and saying they are connecting their content to research that's coming from people we already trust. And the final thing that you want to do is author bios, right? So you always want to make it clear why should you be trusted, what expertise you have that relates to the knowledge that you're sharing. Whether you're doing it for a client or whether you're doing it for your own brand, pointing out historical reasoning of why you are an expert is going to make a huge difference. Author bios, who actually is behind the brand. A lot of brand owners, they don't want to kind of publicly put themselves out there. The brand owners who do, the people who connect themselves to the content, will immediately stand out. To recap, the 3 things you're looking at are author bios, disclaimer language, and cutting edge research. If you do that, your AI content will start to get indexed by GPT. This is the new business order. Get on it or get left behind. Until next time.